Okay. Strengths in terms of documentary conventions. Okay, so
Lots of box pops.
lots of vox pops. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, the voiceovers were recorded, sounded effective. Yeah.
Good expert advice.
Yeah, there was some good expert advice in there, definitely. Anything else? There was a few good cutaways. I wouldn't. There was maybe. Well, actually, was there?
I saw one.
The
Yeah.
handstands.
Yeah,
Hands.
that's what I saw.
Yeah, I
It
think
was
I would
attempted.
say not really. There was maybe one, so I wouldn't necessarily agree with that. I thought there was an unusual piece of camera at the beginning to kick off with. I thought that went fairly well. What about the improvements for this area?
Sort out voiceovers.
Yeah, the voiceovers are all over the place. There's no consistency. The sound is really quite poor. It sounds like it might have been recorded on a mobile phone or something for a lot of them. It really is quite poor. And that's can only be rectified by re-recording the stuff. What else?
There's archive footage, but there's no. There's a swimming one.
Yeah.
Is that archive footage with the person swimming? You didn't actually film that. Yeah. There's no that's just there. There's no sound. There's no
There's
voiceover.
no context.
Yeah.
It's not put into the context of the documentary, definitely not. Also, some of the Vox Pops used a closed question, which means that they could only give yes or no responses. That's serves very little purpose. Also, having the interview in a Vox Pop is rather atypical and unconventional. Not really something you'd be looking for either.
And the question was asked again and again for each one.
Yeah, there was very, very little variety in there. So that would be average gone.
Oh, when they went in that place as well, everyone was moving a bit.
Yep, definitely. Also, there was it when we were going into this place?
Sports. Hi. I've been sorry, late. I thought look around. I'm hearing calls.
Yeah, again, there's a lack of actual introduction. So you've got an establishing shot without having the presenter in there. It doesn't really work. So that's that area. Meeting in terms of exposition, what's the film's topic?
Sports mentally benefits you.
Yep, definitely. And would we say that was quite clear? Yeah. Now, what's the topic of the documentary?
Mental benefits of sport activity.
Okay. Did we get that across? Did we get a lot of information on what those are, though? Did we get a lot of information? Was it go on, Kirsty?
No, I just felt that Pooja asked the questions and they were just answering yes or no.
Yeah.
There wasn't an explained answer.
The questions that you keep asking people was, does sports have a mental benefit? So we've established yes, it does. So now we need to find out
Go anywhere
what
from
are the mental benefits then of the different sports.
So we're not really learning anything about how each
Yeah.
sport can benefit you. Okay. I also would say, in terms of the improvements for the exposition, it lacks a clear structure. It just feels like it's all over the place. Like there is nothing that's sort of focusing, moving us through. There's no journey there. It's just there's this person, there's this person, there's this person. It just feels like interviews strung together without people actually offering anything different to the last person or the next person. So there's very little progression, there's very little story in there. So whereas with Colwinders, when we watched it, each person brought something different to the documentary and we made that quite clear what that person was bringing. At this stage, this documentary is lacking that. The interviews, I skipped over quite a lot of them because it's currently running at 10 minutes and we need to get through it. But what do people think of the interviews in terms of strengths? Okay.
They were all set in the right location.
Yep, they made good use of locations, I would say. What else?
Questions were good.
What did you like about the questions,
Yeah,
Avish?
to do the topic.
The questions focused on the topic, yes, I would agree with that, but they were rather general. They didn't really teach us. They didn't really. I think the questions didn't really make use of the people's expertise. So it was just more of kind of personal questions rather than professional questions. So you do this job, how does it help? And I think I didn't see that in there with the questions that were on there. Anything else?
You couldn't tell why she was at Piccadilly Circus.
Yeah, that wasn't explained.
Yeah, came to me.
Yeah, the train bit was a bit.
Yeah,
As well.
and it's a
Like,
bit long.
I didn't see the purpose of that.
There should be a voice over saying what you're doing. So
Yeah.
I went to London to whatever, say whatever.
Okay. Presentation. What would we say about that?
When she was asking the question in the interview, she had too much space behind her camera.
Yeah.
Was at the frame.
On this shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that could have been much more effectively framed, this shot, because there's not enough talking space on that side. She's centre of the frame, you're absolutely correct.
We
Colin.
don't get a mid-shot, do we, of the guy?
No, it's only offered to us in a two shot. What else?
The sound when she's speaking, one of them it gets cut off at the end.
So there's clipping of the sound in there. When exactly was that, Colinda?
I saw a few of them.
Pardon?
When exactly was that?
I don't know where it was. It was near like the middle, I think.
Okay. Anything else that we would say? Okay, so.
More cutaways and captions.
Yeah, we need cutaways and captions in there, definitely. The use of graphics is out of place as well in there, so they don't fit where they're supposed to. And also, voiceover would just seem to be thrown in indiscriminately as well. And there has to be that kind of attention to detail. And I'll be clear, and I will make this really clear now. If it's still in that kind of state, or if your documentary is in a kind of state that's similar to that, 3:20 next Thursday, it will be coming off the computers. So I will not say, oh, you've got to put on your captions, you've got to put on a voiceover, I'll give you an extra 10 minutes. That won't happen. I'm just making that crystal clear now. You will not get any extra time on this. Okay? Three key things that we would say Nayab needs to improve about a documentary.
So,
Sound, definitely. So the recording sound.
Camera shots.
Yeah, we need more variety in terms of camera shots. And what else?
Structure of the documentary.
Yeah, I think we need a really much clearer structure laid out.
And can I just say, if you go and refilm your box parts, use the mic. Don't just have it there and just for show. There's no point. It wasn't plugged in, so use it.
So, if we're going to tell her to refilm one thing, what would we tell her to refilm? Box pops? Excellent, I would agree with that for sure. Alright, next person.
Check it out. Shopper, hip hop, hands up.